Yes, it is a Crimson Desert video from the hottest patch reviewer in town. My name is CouchCoop. 1.05 has landed. Praise Solomon. I think that's what they say. We have a lot to cover. I'm going to strip it down into some bullet points, but there is one particular area it's time to focus on. Haven't looked at it since week of launch. Base level PS5 performance. So I play this game on balanced, on a standard PlayStation 5. I think it defaults to that when you actually fire the whole thing up first time round. I have the 4K on, the enhanced ray tracing on. I don't muck around with that VSync, never have. That's normally there to combat screen tear. I have absolutely no desire to see this game with that switched off. I'm using one pan shot in one particular area. We've got quite a lot of distance structure. There's a river in front of us. Balance mode just about keeps it together. Remember, we've also got all our bells and whistles, 4K and ray tracing. So I figured, let's just flip it to performance, leave everything else in place. Spoilers, this is an area I've got an issue with. But then it crossed my mind, actually think about what we're asking of it. We're asking it to perform better, but stay locked at 4K and have ray tracing. So it looks disastrous on frames. So I'm like, okay, let's take off the ray trace light. While we're looking at that UI, we've had a sharpness enhancement tab added. That's with 1.05. That's a bit of a mind blower. Again, I don't want to start meddling around with that at this point. So again, not overly satisfied with these frame rates. So this is just 4K with no lighting enhancements. So let's go right to the bottom. Let's hop on over to performance mode and let's remove 4K and let's remove that lighting. In theory, this should be the base level settings for the entire game, thus giving us one good thing, and that is decent frames. And sweet Lord Solomon, things have started looking a lot smoother, but we are suffering so many low settings on visuals that for me it's not my preferred choice. But if you're having trouble with the frames, strip off all that aforementioned and you'll be able to see the game running an actual PEG 60. I'm going to go with this being 1080 with some tiling effects going on, and for some of those crowded combat scenes it would be a perfect selection. Let's also have a look at the actual quality mode. So let's ramp it all back up, 4K back on. We're going to go with the ray tracing again. Now this, bear in mind peeps, was absolutely horrendous on base level PlayStation 5 on first week of launch, and they took steps to sort it out with previous patches, but this pan compared to some of that performance stuff is actually quite good. I'm very impressed that this game runs a half decent quality mode on a base level PlayStation 5. As soon as you start flying around and things get busy, you will see it come unstuck, but it's not as horrendous as it was in the opening month of launch.
You're awake. What exactly do you think you were doing? Did you even have a plan?
So I sit very comfortably in balanced mode with 4K on and ray tracing on, and that is what you will be seeing in the rest of this video. Having 3 graphics modes, all of which having 2 variables on them, is almost PC level of visual tailoring, and I welcome it. Absolutely awesome. Let's get straight to the bullet points. First one, boss rematch system is in there. 69 of them at the moment. Absolutely epic stuff. You can also find them in 2 variables, the state at which you came up to it in the game, i.e. its level, or a scaled version of it. Then we've got the re-blockade system. As of 1.05, fortresses can be retaken. They're going to do it on a sort of timed basis within in-game events. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have to go back and sort stuff out, and they will obviously pump in tougher enemies. I imagine that one will scale as well. We also got bird taming in 1.04, which I failed to mention, but we've had some additional animals added. An iron eagle, Jason and the Argonauts reference, that was an owl, and a macaw. I managed, as you saw at the intro, get to the end of the quest line with those kids that are guarding that patch of forest that you run into when you first start the game. I'm up to hour 60, and I only just backtracked and got that done. But anyway, I was expecting a really massive payoff, and yeah, I got a bird table. But access to that section of woods, more importantly, there's a few bounties in there. Notice I'm at that section of the campaign where I'm playing as the female protagonist. One thing that's jarring me is the shops, vendors, outlets, outfits are just not applicable to it at all. That may be consequence to the location not being relevant at this time in the story. Hopefully I'll get to the bottom of that. I'll take comments. You just want to put her in a short skirt, Coop. I do not. Immediately. Next up on the bullet points, they've added a mountain bear. Scratch that, a mountain god bear. They don't do anything by halves down at Pearl Abyss. They've also added more shops that sell disguise items. If you have been arrested in this game, you know they will take your thief mask off you, and they are a bit of a ball ache to get back. They've just like full on added loads of new items to the shops as well, and I think it shows you your stock of said item in the shop, so you know how much you've got of something prior to buying it. That one could have been 1.04. These guys do so much all the time that it is genuinely difficult to remember what is new and what isn't. I'm laughing when I say that because it's so refreshing to have a dev pay so much attention to the everyday system of their video game and move things around according to audience request. It's a whole new world for me. Bethesda. Sticking on that pets thing, there's also different lower and pick up animations for geese and ducks and stuff. I mean, it's just unreal. And the pumpkin head, Sleepy Hollow, can be found near pumpkin patches. That one didn't see as that urgent, but it's still nice to be told. Now, they've gone to the eavesdrop thing as well. If you played that campaign, you'll know it's a bit weird. It's not an exact science, and they've added a cancel button as well during the actual process. I found it very difficult to find the correct spot, but the penny does drop after a while. There is normally a particular location it wants you to stand in. They've added a feature that allows you to delete a save, which is a bit of a bonus. Some people may have that backed up. And I wanted to mention the sort of fixes tab. There is so much of it. I'll try and put it in the description. But a lot of it focuses on sort of minute combat fixes and UI changes. It feels quite smooth against what it sort of came out of the gate as when you start swinging things around. I can't believe they've got a combat system this good in an open world this big. This is potentially 2026's best looking video game. If this was like an on-rails shooter or some sort of linear adventure game, you'd be able to understand how much effort went into everything. It is just still completely capturing me. Every time I log in, I see something new. I'm about to go into the actual Crimson Desert. Spoilers, I'm not showing that on this video. And Pearl Abyss are the developer that just keeps on giving. None of this is costing anything at all. And I cannot wait to see you down there for the next patch video. I was Couch Goop.